but we can look at using three classes. You can look at multi-level inheritance, and I've created a parallelogram class here. All right, parallelograms have a base, a side length, and then a height. Obviously, the base is the same as the top base, and side length is the same as the side length. But inside of a parallelogram, they have an area, they have base. You can create a setter, because we wouldn't need this right now. And just to kind of show the functionality of inheritance, you can use the parallelogram class and create a subclass, a child class called rectangle, because rectangle is a parallelogram. And inside here, this is kind of what we did at first. You can use super here, which is what you should be doing. All right, get rid of that. And so parallelogram originally has three parameters inside of the constructor, because it has three different attributes, right? But inside of your rectangle, you only have the length and the width. You don't need to worry about your side length, because the side length is just the same as one of your width or length or widths. So you can assign the new, this is kind of confusing, but you can use, the super is referencing the parent class constructor up here, and then it is filling into base, side length, and height. It's making side length and height the same thing. And you can even create a diagonals. You can create a diagonals method. I don't know if you guys want to do that now. It's kind of taking a while. But obviously, in a parallelogram, you don't really know, depending on the kind of the angle of the sides, you're not really sure what these like diagonals are. But a rectangle, it's all got 90 degrees, so you can just use Pythagorean theorem, then bada bing bada boom, and you can calculate the diagonals of your rectangle, and then that's extending the functionality of your parallelogram by creating a rectangle now. And just to show that, we'll get rid of this for now so it doesn't throw us an error. You can also use the square to make cubes and stuff, but we don't really need this. If you want more, I can show you. I can send resources. I'll put links to resources under the meeting video in the website. But anyways, we can create a rectangle. Just call it rect and rectangle, and we obviously have to give it a side length. So we'll give it a side length of 3 and 9, and then we can print the area of rect. Even though rectangle itself doesn't have a method for area, it will look at the parent class, and there is an area. So what is the area of a rectangle of 3 by 9? Oops, sorry, wrong file. Oh, you know what? It's giving me an error. 1 second. Let's see. What is the problem here? Oh, you know what? I forgot the parentheses. My bad. All right. There you go. 27. That's the area of a 3 by 9 triangle, obviously 3 times 9. And then you can also create a square class, which is as you can see here, it's a child of the rectangle class, which is also a child of the parallelogram class. So you have like a grandson, father, and then grandpa right there, kind of, if you want to think of it that way. And obviously a square only has one side length. So you square and then say 9, and you have access to all of the methods and attributes inside rectangle, which also has all the attributes and methods up here. So basically you can also call area on here. And you get 81, because 9 times 9 is 81. So that would be multi-level inheritance. And like I said, you can add functionality like we did in the biplane class. There's not really much added functionality here. It's just that you have to input less stuff into your squares and your rectangles, because you no longer need some of the attributes up there. And that's about it. And that's super allows you to reference the parent class. Does anyone have any questions? You can also do squared out perimeter, obviously. And this would be 36 because 9 times 4 is 36. But it is, all you got to know is it is assigning length, and then using the rectangle and assigning the length, width, and width, and going up here and then using those attributes to calculate the perimeter and the area. So that is inheritance for you. You can create classes that inherit methods and attributes and then add on to their functionality. So you don't have to rewrite all this stuff again when you're creating your child methods in the future. And that's about it.